Okay. I suppose the idea for Perfect just came from wanting to break away from what I was doing before. I was doing a lot of music videos, and I just wanted to make something long form, something that really resonated with me. Because a lot of the time when you're doing music videos or works for clients, you don't have that moment where it sort of gets diluted along the way. So yeah, I just wanted to make something long form, something that was queer, that uplifts queer voices, and has queer characters in them. That it's not necessarily about their queerness; they are just existing in this world, and they happen to be queer. Yes, I suppose the tonal inspirations were I can use a couple words for like just hot, sexy, fun, sweaty, community, family, love,
Horny. I'm
horny,
kidding. I'm
gay
kidding.
as fuck, and cunt. I guess that's all. That's what we were looking for.
Well, Millicent is such a visual director, and her lookbook felt so developed in terms of communicating the vision. It was all of those words: sexy, steamy, sweaty, alive. And, reading the script, Sunny, I love Sunny so much. He's so chill. He has such a warm heart. He's able to be an optimist without being delusional. He brings people together. He's really a mother hen in the community. And I feel like I just wanted to step inside that vibe for a period of time and feel his energy like filling me up. Um, that sounds erotic. Oh, yeah, it's like auto sex. But yeah, that's what drew me to it. And Millicent is such a fantastic director, and Julia Fox and Ashley Moore and Micaela and everybody was already were already a part of the project. So it was just such an honor to join such a stacked team.
What drew me to the project was obviously Millicent. She's such an auteur, and just to see her finally step into the film world. I've worked with Millicent before, and it was so fun. So I would just do anything to do that again. And then, yeah, like Leo said, the lookbook was actually the best lookbook I've ever seen, which I've never talked about. It was a really good. It was stacked. Like there was details for everything. Like every outfit, like everything was charted out. There was so much thought put into it, and you could see that. Yeah, you really could see that, like, so far in advance. Like, there was so much thought, and that's just because she is an auteur and had such a strong vision. And obviously I love the character of Nick. And it's just such a relatable character for me. I don't know for everyone, but it was really fun.
When we first met, I felt like it was love at first sight. It was, Millicent is so infectious, and I feel like anybody that meets her, she just has this magnetism about her that, you're just like, okay, I'll do anything for you. You're like, you want to do this? Okay, great. But for us, when we're talking about the visual language, like everybody has been saying, it was all about, making the characters feel hot, sweaty, steamy, also just warm. Like the film is very warm because it is set in, kind of this like desolate, warm summer where there's water scarcity there as well. So we also talked a lot about the grit of the film. We wanted the look of it to feel very textured. And it was important for us to show kind of a little bit of chaotic energy of everybody because there's so many young actors, the youth, there's so much complexity in that. So we decided to do most of the film handheld to kind of embody that energy. And yeah, it was really fun.
Rawness, I suppose.
Yeah, totally.
Ashley brought a really gorgeous vulnerability to the character. I was really, really excited to work with Ashley. We did a lot of prep together. We did a lot of calls, a lot of chatting about it, and working through the character. And she really did just bring this very delicate, subtle, gorgeous, yeah, vulnerability, I suppose. But then she also has this edge where she transforms and becomes, Kai becomes a little bit more secure within herself. And Ashley is that, Ashley is radiant and gorgeous and confident. So she really did embody the character. And I was super excited to work with her. And Julia, I mean, what is there to say about Julia Fox? Everything. I mean, she is everything. She really made the character shine. I really wanted to work with someone that had carried a baby and had that experience and given birth to a child. And Julia brought a lot of that with her. We talked extensively about what that was like, and yeah, I couldn't have wished for better people to work with, honestly. We've all become really great friends, and it's just been a really special process. I'm super lucky.
What was the nature of the shoot? Was it very run and gun? Did you have time for rehearsals? Like, what did it look like?
We did rehearse at the top, and we did a lot of we chatted a lot internally about what the characters would look like, and how their feel, and then yeah, on set I think it was, we've said this over and over again because Ksusha mentioned it was kind of like summer camp, and I know Lio has said it's sort of the vibe mimicked what we were actually shooting. So yeah, it was a massive collaboration with all of us, and also our heads of departments too. I really want to hear what everybody thinks, and if anybody has an idea of how to make it even better, then that's what we're doing. So yeah, very collaborative process. Everybody's chit-chatting, a million cigarettes on the go. It was perfect.
What was the biggest unforeseen hurdle in making the film that you had to overcome?
The fucking heat on the day, me getting heat stroke and not being able to know what's going on. Yeah, I don't know really. That's all I'm thinking about is just the heat. I'm not used to it.
I was just gonna say this is such a classic hurdle, but you're just always dealing with the sun and the sun going down. That like daylight is always the biggest challenge on a film set. You think you go in and you're like, we have all the time in the world, and then it's 4 p.m. and it starts getting dark, so you realize really quickly that you have to figure out a way to to get it done. But that's on every film set. You know what I mean?
There was something really special about shooting on location because everyone is able to become part of the fabric of the story. I mean, we actually were at this gas station off the side of the road in the middle of the desert. We were talking before about how for 20 minutes you're driving without phone service or Wi-Fi to get to set. And so there's this feeling of being so off grid, so in the middle of nowhere, just with these people. And it creates a sense of community and trust and kind of almost like play, like your kids like running around the dirt. Like it had this very magical feeling that I think you can really only capture when you get to immerse yourself in the location of where you're shooting, and nothing is fake. It's all real. Like the lake was freezing. All of it just, I think, informed the story a
I
lot.
mean, Ksusha can attest to that the lake was freezing. She was in the lake.
Yeah, I was
a
shooting
lot.
in the lake. I was wearing a wetsuit, so I wasn't as cold as I know Ashley and Julia
Yeah, Ashley
were.
and Julia were freezing just in their underwear in this murky lake at night. So
But
that was
really,
probably
really
a challenge.
fun. Yeah, and honestly,
Yeah.
I feel like this is so silly, maybe of me to say, but the biggest hurdle was we were having too much fun. Like
I
were
mean,
like, we gotta
yeah.
focus, guys. We gotta get the
I
shot.
know.
We were just
For me, it
like,
was like that. I'm sidetracked so easily. So it's like, okay, fuck, I need to snap back into what I'm actually doing.
because we're all just getting to know each other as we
Yeah.
make this movie and becoming friends. And yeah, we had so many great conversations.
Did you have your premiere?
Yes, we had it on Thursday.
What was the experience like? What was and what stood out as far as experiencing it with an audience?
I mean, it was great with an audience. At the beginning, I said, please make noise. I want to hear what you think. Please shout and scream and whoop. I want the feedback, and I want everybody to feel connected to the movie. So that was so nice to hear. That was amazing to have an audience, to have the live feedback.
And it's really funny. Like it's quite camp, and
Definitely
there are
camp.
moments, yeah, there are moments that are super heightened, and I feel like this is a film, like you said, Millicent, where people are meant to vocalize in the audience, like, oh my God, or laughing out loud, or being quite uncomfortable in moments that you think you're not supposed to feel uncomfortable, but you do. Like, I think that's what's exciting to me about the film, is that it's so visceral. It creates these vocal responses from people in the audience.
Yes, definitely. That's what we want. Otherwise, it's boring. We want people to speak up. I said earlier, it's not a polite film. Audiences, don't be polite. Just let us know what you think.
What do you want people to walk away thinking about after seeing it?
It's a Leo question.
We want them to feel aroused. We want them to maybe realize that they're bisexual. We want them to realize that there's parts of their body they never even knew existed, that they themselves want to explore with another person, perhaps.
Or more than another person.
Yeah, more than another. Yeah, multiple
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, we want people to leave feeling sexy. We want people to leave feeling horny. We want people to leave just blasting music on the way home. You know, I want people to feel like the shake of the bass.